I will protect the innocent.
Hello.
Hi.
Remember your training, and we'll get through this just fine.
Let's go back to that diagram from Isabella Mader's post, which shows the transition from industrial society to network society. Now that all may make sense, and we can see the changes around us, but when it comes to running a company, it may not make as much sense. How is it going to be different? How are companies going to be operated differently? So it's my job to show you how, and we don't have to speculate about this. There are real examples in the world today, and today I'm going to show you one. But before I do, let's take a hypothetical example from the industrial age. Let's imagine a typical large corporation, say 100,000 employees, hierarchy with corporate fiefdoms. And let's imagine in that company, we want to introduce a business process change that affects almost every employee, every department, or say we want to implement a software application that affects almost everyone. Large change project. How many months would it take to complete? How much preparation would it take? Could you get it done? Could you get that change implemented in 9 months, 12 months? How much work? And by the end of that period, would everybody actually have changed? Will they have started using the software completely, or would they have implemented the process change? You get the point. Not so easy. All right, let's take it down. What if the company is only 10,000 employees? And I say only, that's still a very large company. Okay, now I'm going to give you a real example from network society. Now I'm going to shift just a little bit and call it a community instead of a company. So here we go. On May 24th of last year, Blizzard Entertainment launched their biggest title of the year called Overwatch. That's a multiplayer network game.
Wicked!
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Come on.
7 days after launch, 7 million people had signed up for the game and were playing. By middle of June, 4 weeks later, 10 million people were playing Overwatch. By October, 20 million people were on Overwatch playing, and the numbers continue to grow. It's no wonder Wired magazine called Overwatch Game of the Year.
Never stop fighting for what you believe in.
Quit screwing around and get ready to move. Greetings.
Now you might say, Steve, that's different. It's gaming. What's gaming got to do with operating a company in network society? And I'll tell you, it's got everything to do with it. Multiplayer video game development has been around for 30 years. That means they've got 30 years of experience ahead of what we're just starting to do in growing, leading, operating companies in network society. Last year, I stumbled on a post called "The Elusive Power of Video Games in Education" by Celia Hodent. It really shows us the level of detail. Celia goes into very clear explanations as to what makes games compelling. She also has a really good interview from the Games for Change Festival in New York last summer. I'm going to post the links to those videos. Celia refers to what she calls flow or game flow, and that consists of two components. One is usability. How difficult or how easy is it to accomplish each level in the game? The other dimension is engagement. And don't we talk about this in companies, employee engagement, and in the context of Celia's work, it's user or gamer engagement. What kind of feelings do they have? In the second video from Celia's interview at Games for Change in New York last summer, she actually talks about game flow, and she uses an example from work to explain what it's like when we get interrupted, either by difficult to use software or a business process. And we can all relate to that. We've all had experiences on the job where some business process or software stops us and we're required to press on and try to get through it, and we lose our game flow. So this is all directly applicable to the way we build companies to operate in network society. I'm going to finish off with one last point about why I think user experience in multiplayer games is directly related to the way we build companies for network society. And it's why I think companies that operate this way have extraordinary advantage over traditional 20th century hierarchical organizations, and this is it. So if we imagine a traditional company and we imagine the jobs that we design and the organization that we design, the one element of that organization that we always fall back on is there's always a manager there to tell someone what to do, to guide all of the work. Game developers do not have this luxury. If you're designing a game, there is going to be no manager there, no one to help users and gamers get through their experience. Everything depends on the software itself to ensure that the users, the gamers, get to the result that you're intending, and that they enjoy themselves and get a sense of fulfillment. So it's almost the opposite of the way a hierarchical organization operates. And this is why I say the experience of developers is so far advanced, because if you imagine having to accomplish everything without the intervention of a manager and ensure that you get to the result that you're looking for, now you've got a game that's exciting and becomes Game of the Year. So the question is, are we going to change ourselves and become Companies of the Year? So to close out, thank you, Celia Hodent. I love your work, and I hope you'll continue doing what you do. I'm certainly going to continue following you. And for everybody else,
Justice reigns from above!